Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What is going on? That's right. Your boy Preston, Phat Samurai Guy, back again with another live Q&A slash whatever you want to call it. Movie hangout, hanging with Samurai tonight. That's how I titled the video. Hang out with me. Let's hang out. Let's have some fun. Let's talk movies and pop culture. How is everyone? Yes, cheers. I know this is kind of a last minute thing, but I'm like, fuck it. If I don't do it tonight, it's probably not going to get done this week because Samurai Guy is ridiculously busy this week with all kinds of content and stuff coming to the channel. But cheers. Cheers to everybody hanging out and watching. I appreciate you. I love you. Oh, yeah. Woo, that's some good stuff there. Yeah. Who do we got in the hazy tonight? Who do we got, baby? Jake Hall. There he is. Certified Badass channel member. Oh, yeah. Brandon throwing it up. He's throwing it up. Hey, Tyler in the house. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Yeah. Cheers, Eric. What's going on, man? Good to see you guys tonight. Yeah. Yeah. Decided to do a last minute quick live Q&A tonight. Let's hang out. Let's have some fun. Talking movies is what this channel is all about. And let's see here. We got enough legends here in the house. Let's go ahead and cut the music. Yeah, there we go. All right. All right. Oh, shit. Well, it was great seeing everybody here tonight. And big shout out to all our channel members and patrons. Love you guys. Thank you again for your continued support for the channel. And we are growing. That's right. It's good to see everyone. But before we get started with some movie talking, you know what we got to do. Oh, yeah. Love that song. Love that song. You know, got to represent the Urban Action Showcase and Expo, baby. That's right. Hit the link in the description box below. Check out the website. See what awesome guests are coming to show up this year. Buy some merch. There you go. The QR code, baby. Scan the QR code. Take you straight to the website and check it out. A lot of cool, awesome stuff on the way. Oh, my goodness. I'm seeing more legends showing up. We got more legends in the house. Justin, what's going on, brother? I know. Am I going to get the 4K remaster of The Raid? I don't need it. you know it's like a must, right? Heather, what's going on? Samuel Stokes. Well, we are stoked that Samuel is here. Good to see you. Michael, what's going on, man? Yeah. And don't forget, you guys, all you legends watching right now, all you badasses, if you guys are free tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific time, hang out with Samurai Guy. And you guys know who this guy is. You know him. That's right. Trying to find the photo here. That's right. Don the Dragon Wilson will be hanging out with your boy. And with two other legends. We have Alan Delaby. We're going to be premiering him and Michael Morris's newest teaser trailer for the action thriller, The Shepherd Code. So Don will be here hanging out. Yeah. But if he doesn't show up, hey, that's just how this works here. All these filmmakers and stars, hey, they're busy like crazy. So if he has to pull out, I totally understand, and that didn't sound right. But yeah, tomorrow, hey, come hang out with us tomorrow, 12 p.m. Pacific time. That's right. And ask some questions, ask some super chat questions to old Don the Dragon Wilson, and I'll put it up on screen. Yeah, so hang out with us. That's what this channel is all about. Having fun, talking about action movies, martial arts, horror, and a little bit of films that be outside of the box. And I have two movies tonight to talk about that you're going to be like, you watched that? You're going to be like, you watched that? What in the world? Who are you, Samurai Guy? What are you doing watching that? Satan, what's going on, man? What's up? Oh, man. Yeah. There we go, Lawbreaker. What's going on? Chilling in the UK. What's going on? Shout out to the UK. That's right. Yes, yes. Brian Sanchez, good to see you again. Throwing it up again. Yeah, man. Yeah. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So this is a new segment I want to start. This was kind of last minute tonight, so I'll have to use IMDb because it's too many images and photos and shit to upload into StreamYard. But this idea just came to me. I was like, you know what? I watched so many movies throughout the week and over the weekend at home, whether it's busting out some old Blu-rays or going to streaming services, especially over the weekend. Me and Lady Fat Blood, we get down. Let's watch some movies, right? And so that could lead us anywhere. We could be all over the place, which is you'll see tonight the movies I've seen. So I was like, you know what? Every time we all hang out and have fun, and we do these live Q&As, and I do Blu-ray reviews once in a while, and hopefully I'll have a Blu-ray review video this Thursday so you can see what Samurai Guy's got here to review for you guys. But I was thinking, like, this new segment where all these random movies that I watched, I give my quick thoughts about each one. And I would love to hear your thoughts on the same titles as well if you guys have seen that. So let me know in chat, or those of you badasses that are watching this after this is live, let me know in the comments what you guys think about each of these films. Thumbs up, thumbs down. It's all good. But I figured, there's so many movies I watch and stuff, and I'm so busy all the time. There's no way in hell I'll be able to review and do review videos for every single movie I watch. I'm like, you know what? Why don't we use this platform here, live Q&A, hanging out with Samurai, and I'll give my quick thoughts about each movie. So let's have some fun here. So first off, the Dojo Army said I should channel member said I should call this segment Phat Hub. So Phat Hub begins today. I'm gonna have to make an intro next time. Phat Hub is the new segment where I give my quick thoughts and let you guys know what I watched recently. Old movies is all random. But let's go ahead and get into it here. So first up, we have Street Hunter 1990. Yes. And let me blow. You know what? Let me show what I'm looking at here. That way you guys can follow along. 1990 Street Hunter. Yeah. There we go. So, when we found this movie out, Lady Fat Blood found out about this movie, and I was like, "Oh, we have to do it." So we were hoping to have some more So Good It's Bad B movie watches over the weekend, and so she found this movie on YouTube. She was like, "Oh my God, we have to watch this." I'm like, "Why?" And she's like, "Because it stars our boy Red Brown." Yes, Strike Commando. and our brother from another mother, Steve James. Let me go back to this poster. Y'all we love us some Steve James here on this channel. Look at this poster. Now, who's the star? What, this poster does not scream that Steve James is the star. You would think Red Brown is the star, right? But he's actually the bad guy, and he's kind of like he kind of becomes the main nemesis at the end. But this is what I mean. Look, and Steve James actually wrote this. He co-wrote this movie. Here's the plot synopsis here. Logan Blade is a tough ex-police officer turned bounty hunter who has to confront a street gang led by young Angel and his ruthless bodyguard, Colonel Walsh. That's who Red plays. But guess who plays young Angel? Let me make sure you guys are seeing what I'm saying here. Guess who plays young Angel? John Leguizamo plays young Angel. Let me see if I could bring up this. They only have 3 photos. They said fuck it. They said fuck this movie. They only have 3 photos. So so there you go. I mean, Steve James was definitely going for a kind of like a modern day Western type of vibe with this character he wrote here. He's got the badass dog. He's got the cool gun. He's got the hat and the coat. And it was really looking like this was going to be a great B movie, like a great act. Look at this. a great a great like good bad film, you know. And it started off pretty good. It started off pretty good, where we have our Leguizamo's character kind of he's doing a deal with this other gangster's son, right? And of course it doesn't go right, and so it was a setup, it was an ambush. Red Brown comes out, they just mowed down a whole bunch of people. John Leguizamo's doing a lot of crazy overacting, and then Steve James shows up. He sticks his dog on people like straight out of Shadow Dancer. And while he's blasting some dudes, so I was like, oh, this is going to be great. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be a good movie. And then what is always the worst thing, right? What do I always say here on the channel for B movies? There's nothing, or bad movies. There's bad, and then there's boring bad. And boring bad is always like the death nail to where you just want to go to sleep. And unfortunately, one of the most charismatic legends, Steve James, I mean, you guys know him from the American Ninja movies and all kinds of stuff. He looked bored. I don't know. It was weird. It was very weird. Red Brown, not really known to be a great actor, was kind of outshining and stealing all of the scenes he was in, which is so strange. I mean, we're like, what is going on here? We have an overly charismatic Red Brown and a very like just I'm gonna just be like this. I'm gonna talk like this. I'm gonna be super serious the whole movie. There were, Steve James. It was so weird, and like there was moments where Steve James would Steve James, right? You gotta let your Steve James. All right, you gotta let him do that in your movie. And then I chuckled at a few things, but it was just like, oh man. But when there was action, you get some nice solid gunplay. You get some bloody squibs. And when Steve James was doing martial arts and stuff, I was like, okay, finally, but this was like all the way to like the third act of the movie. We finally get to see Steve James throw down. And it was kind of cool, but it was just kind of like it wasn't enough of that. The only saving grace of the movie or I'm glad I watched it, was you get man meat slapping some other man meat, beefy, beefy meaties slapping each other at the end, where you have big old buff Steve James versus big old buff Red Brown. And they actually had it. I wish it was longer, but they actually had an entertaining one-on-one fight. And what was making that fight even more entertaining was because Red Brown's character is insane. And he's all about war and the honor of war and the passion of war and battle. And he would always, quote, like Genghis Khan and what he's done in the past and all this crazy shit. And then, he was doing that. Like, he's like, hey, have you ever heard of like what's his name? Miyamoto Musashi. He said in his book that he just starts quoting shit while they're fighting. And you can clearly see that he's messing up his lines. So he'll say it again, but he'll shout it. And it's so funny. But yeah, I wish their fight was longer. Hey, what's up, Lady Danish? How you doing? Hey. Yeah. So yeah, we love us some Steve James. I really wanted to love Street Hunter, and it definitely had its moments, but you can't. There were so many scenes in that movie where it just kept going and it kept going. There was like this comedic skit or joke where Steve James was fucking with these two wannabe car thieves, and it just kept going. It kept going. It kept going. It was like, dude, we already got the joke. Let's just keep going. Steve James needed some Sam Furstenberg or something. Like, it just, So yeah, despite a few decent action moments, and you get the man meat versus man meat bonus with Red Brown versus Steve James, which is the throwdown finale fight I never knew I wanted until it happened. But unfortunately, the rest of the movie was just kind of a bore, and it's sad. So I don't know if you guys have seen Street Hunter, but you can watch it now on YouTube. But yeah, it's kind of So we watched that. So that's kind of a downer. Next up was even more of a downer. So we have. I'm bringing it up here. Hold on. Oh, this is more of a downer, man. Let me find it here. There you go. Iron Warrior. Yes. Look at that wonderful score right there. Iron Warrior. I don't know if you guys have seen. You know what's crazy? I mean, look at that. Look at that poster. This poster's epic. This is what the fucking 80s was all about, right? Like this is what I'm talking about. I miss posters like this. This is fucking epic. This is more epic than the goddamn movie. Look at it. Born of a sorceress, sired by a dragon, baptized in blood. Yeah, not really. But we'll get back to Iron Warrior. So all you Mystery Science Theater fans, so this stars Tarzan himself, Miles O'Keefe. So all you Mystery Science Theater fans, if you guys remember the Ator movies or Cave Dwellers. So apparently there has been 3 Ator movies. I did not know the Iron Warrior was the third one. So this is 1987. Plot synopsis is Ator and his brother are separated as children by the evil witch Phaedra. 18 years later, she takes over the kingdom with the help of a masked warrior. Ator and Princess Jana prepare for the final fight. Now, I want you guys to take a look at this picture right here. And I want you to tell me in chat right now, what is familiar about this sword? I'll wait. What is familiar about that sword? This is as big as I could blow it up. Does that sword look a little familiar? Let me see if anyone could guess what other movie that sword is from. And let me know in chat so I can put it on screen. Come on, guys. I know you can do it. Yes, that's why you guys are legends. Yeah. So you know me. That Conan the Barbarian is my movie. I just talked about that film with filmmaker Chris Mancini yesterday about Conan the Barbarian. Look, you guys nailed it. Yeah, you guys know your shit. So when we were watching this, I was like, what the fuck? Like, it wasn't even a bootleg, you guys. He had the sword. And I'm like, what is happening? So this movie was a fucking mess. The only interesting thing about this film is that you got some yes, you nailed it, Eric. There was some interesting stunts here and there. There was some great vast locations. There were some really cool sets and some traps that they try to like Indiana Jones ripoff type traps. But there was some interesting set designs and stuff like that. Like there was some stuff that looked pretty cool in the movie. Now here's another fun fact. So he fights with the Conan the Barbarian sword, right? Well, the villain in the movie is fighting with Red Sonja's sword. There must not have been any copyright in the 80s back then. So yeah, let me get back to Iron Warrior. Yeah, so not to say that the other 2 Ator movies were good; those weren't really good either. But there's the man, the myth, the legend. But here's what's hilarious: this movie has been remastered on Blu-ray from Kino Lorber. I was like, what? This is remastered? I guess there's fans of this film somewhere. But here's the princess he's hanging out with. You do get a lot of bloops. You get a lot of bloopage in here. So I mean that's kind of a positive, you know. You get some lady lumps in here. Interesting wardrobe and hairdo. But here's our villain here, who's unarmed. He doesn't have his bootleg Red Sonja sword. But yeah, I mean, I was so stoked when you see posters like this. I was like so stoked for this movie. Just for like, hey, this might be fun, Beastmaster-esque, you know, dark, violent fantasy, and it just again of boring. Just like Street Hunter, you can't be bored. You know, you got all this cool shit, and yet there's a lot of like nothing happening. It is very disappointing. They tried to do. I don't know when this movie came out if it was in 3D, but there was this odd action fight set piece between our Iron Warrior and Ator, and he's throwing a spear where the spear flies towards the camera. Ator catches it and throws it back. but it was this weird first person view perspective. They just kept doing it. Like they just kept doing it over and over again. I throw the spear at you, you catch it, you throw it back at me. I throw 2 spears at you, you catch it, both throw it back at me. I was like, okay, are we gonna do something else? No, that's all we're gonna do here. But yeah, I don't know if this movie is supposed to be a 3D movie or anything like that. But yeah, um, just really boring. And I try to be positive. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh, look at the set design, look at the locations. This is cool, right? There was one. The best. I would say this: the best part of the movie was the bad guys capture the princess and they pull her like this. They have her tied up with ropes. So you got a horse on this side, you got a horse on this side. So the horses are going full speed away, trying to kidnap her away from bootleg Conan. And so she's literally being dragged. You see a dummy on the ground being dragged like really bad, like long, dragged the princess. And I was like, oh, the princess is dead. Oh, like the princess is dead, man. I was like, no, it was like she's fucked up. Like princess is fucked. Like she's dead, you know. And after Ator catches up with the horse guys, kills them, and then goes to check out the is a so someone said this guy got to be naked with Bo Derek. well, I'll respect him in that movie, but not in this movie. This movie's even bad for a Miles O'Keefe film. So, yeah. So, do you see how the princess looks right here? She's perfectly fine. She's not even dirty. She's not bloody. Nothing. So, right after she got dragged on the dirt for a long time, like this, face first, Ator catches up with her and picks her up, and she's completely fine. There's nothing. She's not like limping. She's not dirty or anything. So I'm like, okay, they don't give a fuck. These filmmakers don't care. And I wanted a cool end fight throwdown showdown between him and the Iron Warrior, and they couldn't even, you know, satisfy me on that end. And then at the very end of the movie, it tries to be artsy fartsy and break the fourth wall. And I'm like, no. I'm like, no, fuck you, movie. Fuck you. All right. We went all in on your sword and sorcery B movie shenanigans. You know what I mean? We be like, all right, we're gonna meet this movie on its own terms. Let's see if we get, if we get entertained by it. Fuck it. So who cares if it's low budget? Let's see if we get entertainment out of it. I mean, we're still fucking bored and we're laughing at stuff that's not supposed to be funny. And then at the very end, the movie, like the evil witches and sorceresses are looking at the audience and talking to the audience. What do you think happened? I was like, fuck you. Fuck you, Iron Warrior. And fuck Kino Lorber for bringing that shit out on Blu-ray. So there's so many movies out there. We still don't have True Lies. We still don't have the Abyss. We don't have Chuck Norris's Forced Vengeance on Blu-ray, but Iron Warrior, the movie of travel and boredom, the movie of sometimes you get some bloops and some exotic locations, but then boredom. Yeah, it's like, come on, man. You got to have Ator cut down like 100 dudes. Like, let's go, man. I mean, let's do this. You see, at least movies back then weren't trying to push certain agendas. I'll give bad schlock movies that. Well, see, that's the thing. We wanted bad schlock. We wanted some good old-fashioned schlockums. But when they can't even satisfy you on the bad schlock scale, this movie needs to go fuck itself. It's like, hey, now I see why the movie's got a 3.3 out of 10 on IMDb. Again, when I meet these movies and their own low budget terms, you still got to entertain me. You still got to entertain the audience. And when you're just meandering around, fetch quests, no action, barely anything, and then at the end you don't give us a cool end finale fight or satisfaction, and then you end it with some arts and farts. It's like, no. For all the people out there that think Red Sonja is one of the worst movies they've ever seen, right? All you people out there, Red Sonja makes Iron Warrior look like Citizen Kane. Okay, it makes Iron Warrior, Red Sonja. Yeah, yeah. I think I said that backwards. I'm like annoyed now. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed talking about this goddamn movie. Fuck Iron Warrior. Fuck Iron Warrior, this piece of shit. Wasting the audience's time. God damn it. Future filmmakers that are watching right now, all right? Don't waste the audience's time, all right? Even if you're making a slow burn movie, all right? Don't waste our time. Yes, I think I think I said that backwards. It makes Red Sonja look like Citizen Kane. That's what I meant to say. I want Red Sonja too on 4K. I still don't know why Red Sonja is on 4K, but for some reason Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer is not in 4K. That's weird. That doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah, so fuck Iron Warrior. Seriously. All right, enough of that. Man, Iron Warrior makes me want to watch. Iron Warrior makes me want to buy Street Hunter in 4K. That's how bad Iron Warrior is. I dare you. I dare everybody watching right now. I dare you to watch Iron Warrior and get back to me and be like, Samurai Guy, you was tripping. Iron Warrior was the fucking shit. That was amazing. I dare you. It's on Amazon. Where did we watch it? Amazon Prime? It's on Amazon Prime. Yes. Fuck. All right. Next movie. All right. This one was kind of random. I was just like, I'll check it out. And what's so interesting about this movie was all I know that it had a Dylan in it. It's got a Dylan in it. I'm like, oh yeah, I know that Dylan. So I like that Dylan. All right. Let me check out the movie with the Dylan in it. So I checked out for the first time 1983's Rumblefish. Oh, hold on. Ooh, let me get that because copyright. Directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Now, here's what blew my mind. When this movie started, I was basically kind of like not really paying attention. I was looking down when they were doing the credits and stuff because I had to grab something. And then I think I was looking for the remote or something. And then the first scene starts. And you see a guy in a suit walking, right? He goes into this little diner. And then nothing amazing happens in this scene, but the cast was like blowing my mind. So the guy walking in the diner was Lawrence Fishburne. I knew Dylan was in it because it was a Dylan movie, right? And then out of frame, he comes into frame. Nicolas Cage is like part of Dylan's group. Then the camera pans a little bit to the right. Chris Penn is there, part of Dylan's group. And then the camera goes to the left to see the guy who owns the diner. And it's Tom Waits. I was like, holy shit, dude, this movie. I was like, wow, holy shit. I was like, it was crazy, man. So here's what's insane is that Francis Ford Coppola did this movie and The Outsiders, and they both were released the same year. And Diane Lane, who was also in The Outsiders, was in this movie as well. And it was just really interesting and fascinating how he did both of these movies, kind of set in a similar period. And it was just really interesting. Well, the reason why there's a little similarity to both of them is that I guess both movie properties are based off of both novels done by the same author. So that's why they're here. But yeah, let's talk about Rumblefish here. All right. So an absent-minded street thug, Rusty James, struggles to live up to his legendary older brother's reputation and longs for the days of gang warfare. Yes. So basically, the whole movie, Mickey Rourke, again, there's so many people. If you look closely, you'll see Josh Brolin in the background. There's so many people. Dennis Hopper plays their drunken dad. So many people in this movie. Excuse me. But we got Dylan here, and his brother's his hero. So his brother was like the head street gang leader, ran all the gangs, kept everybody in line. He was a legend. Then he ended up going to prison. Well, the movie kind of starts with him getting out of prison and meeting up with his brother, but something is off and different about Mickey Rourke's character. And I think they call him, what do they call him here? They call him the Motorcycle Boy. That's kind of like his nickname because he had an article about with him and bikes in the newspaper and stuff like that. But yeah, Diane Lane, Vincent Spano, Nicholas Cage, William Smith. You probably know who that guy is. Tom Waits. I already mentioned him earlier. I didn't even know Sophia Coppola was in that. I missed that one. Oh my God, she was the younger sister. Oh my God, I was like Diane Lane's younger sister in here. I thought she looked familiar. I was like, who is that? Why does that little girl look familiar? Oh, that's why. Sophia Coppola. All right. So right off the bat, the positives that I have to say about this film is it is goddamn gorgeous. And it just perfectly landed on Diane Lane, as I said that right there. But the cinematography is so good in here. There's Dennis Hopper playing a drunk dad. You get some amazing cinematography. You get a great opening, and I kind of my expectations were kind of by the time I ended the film or got to the end of it, I was like, okay, this movie didn't turn out to what I thought it was going to be because it seemed like it was going to be another type Wanderers, The Outsiders, The Warriors type of gang movie because you get this nice, pretty cool, fun little fight with Dylan and his group against another gang leader's group, and then Motorcycle Boy shows up. It was pretty cool. There was some cool camera angles, and I thought the rest of the movie was going to be like that, but that's really the only fight you get in the movie. It's not that kind of film. But yeah, solid performances, really great acting, and again, cinematography is great. But you get these really interesting visuals. Look at Nicolas Cage over there, and Chris Penn. And what's funny, this actor right here ended up being in another movie that's on this list that I'll talk about a little bit later. But this is what I thought that this movie was going to be. It was going to be Greasers, gang fight movie, but that's not what this movie is. But yeah, crazy visuals, especially with some of the camera angles and stuff. So I'll give you an example. So you have the scene where Dylan gets knocked out. They get mugged. So Dylan gets knocked out over his head. He gets hit over his head with a crowbar. So Dylan's like out. And then his buddy's getting the shit kicked out of him on the side. They're trying to mug him. Right when he's knocked out, the camera shifts and you see the spirit of Dylan rise up, keep floating. It keeps going. And then he keeps going. And then you follow Dylan's spirit kind of floating through the air, coming across Diane Lane crying at her house because they get a breakup. Then he floats by his buddies in high school. There's a lot of very interesting, like surprising. I wasn't expecting it. Visuals in the film. And it was very dreamlike sequences here. And yeah, that was there she is. Oh my goodness. I thought she looked familiar. But the whole movie, my problem with this movie, even though I really enjoyed it for what it was, my problem with this movie is, Samurai Guy, I have no issues at all with slow burn. But the problem is it kind of seems like this movie just kind of keeps meandering. Like, okay, we get it. Dylan's character is lost. He needs guidance. He wants to be like his brother. His brother doesn't want him to be like him. And he's stuck in this town. He wishes for the old days where there was nothing but gang fights all the time. And he's lost. He doesn't know what to do. He got kicked out of school. He lost his girlfriend. His father's an alcoholic. He needs guidance. Okay, we got that. We got that like halfway through the film. But then the movie keeps going. And you kind of wonder like, okay, all right, where are we going to, or is this going somewhere? And the same thing with the Motorcycle Boy, Mickey Rourke's character. You could tell early on in the movie, there's something wrong with him. Like he's not all there. He's like off for the rest of the film. And it kind of goes somewhere in the finale, But just throughout the movie, I don't know. I just feel like you could have got there a lot quicker, or maybe in the book, the character development between both of the brothers was a lot better and fleshed out. You know, maybe in the book they showed what kind of man he was, and they showed more in his head what his thoughts were and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, that's my only problem is we're still just hanging out, like just not really much is happening here. And the cop here, it was interesting. He's like he's got all you younglings fooled. You guys worship and you worship and adore this guy, motorcycle boy, but I know he's a fucking psycho. He's fucking crazy, but you guys don't know. And I'm just waiting for him to slip up and making a mistake, and then he's mine. So again, we know his motivation. All right. But the movie doesn't spend 45 minutes of the cop kind of really not doing anything. But again, a lot of meandering, a lot of nothing really happening. This is the scene where he gets mugged and has the out of body experience, but just beautiful. I'm telling you, beautiful cinematography, camera angles. Let's see. And this character here, this character's introduced. She's got a thing for a motorcycle boy. She's obsessed with him, but he doesn't really want anything to do with her because she has a heroin addiction. But you just kind of see her character again later, and then that's it. So I was kind of like, okay, you introduced a character, and it didn't go anywhere. So I was like, okay. So to make a long story short, he's obsessed with this pet store, and he wants to go in there and free the rumble fish. So the whole movie's in black and white because Mickey Rourke's character is colorblind. When he goes inside the pet store, only the rumble fish inside are have color on them. And it was pretty cool. It was pretty beautiful visual to look at. And at this point, sorry, if you want to see more of that, you're gonna have to watch the movie. But at this point, see, this is what I was talking about early in the film. There's this sequence here where they're talking about him in the back, and he seems like he's kind of out of his mind. And this was like the first 15 to 20 minutes. And then it just really didn't go anywhere throughout the entire film until the very end. But that may have been on purpose. There you go, old Tom Waits over there right now. But let's get back to the Rumblefish here. There you go. Because now at this point, Dylan's character is like, all right, has my brother lost his mind? And he asked him, he's like, so what's up with this Rumblefish? Why are you obsessed with all this Rumblefish, man? Hey, let's get out of here, man. Let's hang out late at night, man. Let's get some babes, you know what I'm saying? Let's get some booze. You know, what are you doing in here, man? You scared me, man. Hey, what are you doing? Right? So he comes in here, he starts talking to Motorcycle Boy, and he's asking why there's separations in the glass case here. And he's explaining to them that the rumblefish are constantly trying to kill each other. That's why they have to be separated. And he even showed up a light, a reflection on the tank, and the fish would see the reflection, and they would go off the reflection. And then Motorcycle Boy says, "I want to free the fish. I want to free the fish." Well, that's my Mickey Rourke voice now, but in the movie, "I want to free the fish. I don't know why my voice is so light and so high in this movie, but this is how I sound in the movie. All I want to do is free the fish. I want to free the fish." Right? So he basically tells them he wants to take them down to the river, which is not too far from the pet shop, and then free them from here's the metaphors. Free them from their environment. There will be no more violence. There will be no more killing. So there's a whole metaphor here. And this is what Francis Ford Coppola was going for. Let's see if they show. Here's the out of body experience Dylan has here. I'm trying to see if that. Now, here's this scene right here. Again, going off of the metaphors of the film. The cops show up. I won't tell you what happens at the end, but the cops show up at the end. They grab Dylan. They bring him over to the car. Remember, the movie's still in black and white. When Dylan turns and sees his own reflection, there's color. And then he immediately starts hammering his reflection. You know, again, there's the metaphors that Coppola was trying to show there. But yeah, it's about escape, getting out of your environment, getting out of your situation, and becoming a better man. And if you're expecting over the top Nicolas Cage, you're not going to get that in this movie. I don't know if that's due to Nicolas Cage or if that's just the dialogue they gave him. The dialogue they gave him wasn't much to work with. But he's like, yeah, I'm Nicolas Cage, and I'm gonna steal your girlfriend. Diane Lane's gonna be mine. Yes. But yeah, let's see if there's any more photos here. There's a shot, another out of the body experience shot, and now he's over the pool table now. But very interesting, very stylistic, very interesting, and I definitely recommend Rumble Fish now that you know what kind of movie it is, and now that you know it's not a fight movie, which I thought it was. It's not an action movie. But this movie bombed. It bombed hard. And Ford Coppola, they asked him, what kind of movie is this? Why did you make this? And what kind of movie is it? And Ford said that, Francis said that he was trying to make an art house film for teenagers. So when you watch the movie, think about that. But at the same time, it was a mature rated movie, so no teenagers are going to see the movie anyway. So it's kind of like, Coppola, what are you doing here, Coppola? What are you doing here? It's all right. He's a master. But yeah, very, very interesting movie. I feel that Rumblefish is Lego getting a lot of love. I know, there's nothing I can do about that. Yeah, check it out. I definitely recommend it. What's up, Sergey? How you doing, brother? I feel that Rumblefish will be a grower. I feel like the more you watch the movie, the more you'll probably pick up things the first time you didn't pick up, and you'll have more of appreciation for it the more you watch it. But yeah, very interesting. I did enjoy it. But again, I was just kind of like, where are we going, movie? Where are we going? You know what I mean? But Bobby Reynolds, thanks again for the super chat. Have you seen The Janitor? Oh, is that the one with Ron Perlman? No, I'm thinking about the movie that Ron Perlman made this year, The Janitor. Let me see if I can look it up. That doesn't sound familiar, but let me try to find it. Hold on. I was thinking about that Ron Perlman movie that came out 2021. There's a janitor. Let me see. No, I don't think I've seen this one. Let's see. Fukami, a janitor at high school whose true identity is a professional assassin raised by Majima, who killed his father, fights 9 assassins to save Majima's daughter. What? Oh shit! It's on the Haya channel. Oh shit! Well, now I gotta go watch it on Haya now. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. I'm seeing the photos now. Yes, I did see this. Okay. Because it has the baby assassins in it that aren't the baby assassins yet until they get their own movie called Baby Assassins. And now we're going to get a sequel called Baby Assassins. No, I saw this. Yeah, this was entertaining. I enjoyed The Janitor. I don't know, sometimes called A Janitor. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. All right. So this one, me and Lady Fat Blood had a lot of fun watching. Finally got around to this one. And I'm really starting to feel that this movie, 7 Psychopaths, is kind of a hidden gem and underrated because we had a lot of fun with this one. This was a blind buy on Blu-ray. I literally bought it because it was cheap, and I looked at the cast, and I literally bought it only for the cast. But this is directed by Martin McDonough, and the 2012 is when this came out. The plot synopsis is hold on, let me blow it up a little bit more. There you go. A struggling screenwriter inadvertently becomes entangled in the Los Angeles criminal underworld after his oddball friends kidnap a gangster's beloved Shih Tzu. So this movie screams dark comedy. This is actually pretty violent. There's some really great violence and great gore effects in this film. It's not a bust a gut type of comedy. I wish there was more of that in the film, but there's definitely some hilarious moments. But it's more dark comedy than anything else. But look at this cast. I mean, Colin Farrell, Woody Harrelson, Sam Rockwell, Christopher Walken. Let's see who else we got here. I think that was all I needed to buy it. Harry Dean Stanton, Abby Cornish. But yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this movie, oh my God. It was a lot of fun, but it's dark. It gets pretty bleak at points. Like I was surprised. But you got Walken's character here who robs him and Sam Rockwell kidnap dogs and then they sell them back to they only kidnap dogs to people that have a lot of money, and then they claim, "Oh, I found your dog," and then they drop the dog back off, and they get paid. That's basically their character. But Sam Rockwell is fucking insane in this movie. He is insane, delightfully insane. But this scene here, I will not spoil it. This scene in the cemetery is my favorite part of this movie, and we could not stop laughing hysterically at what's going on. But yeah, a lot of fun characters. But Colin Farrell's character is a struggling writer, and he's trying to write this screenplay called the Seven Psychopaths. And his buddy Sam Rockwell is kind of helping him write it. And then things escalate. He ends up he's like, "Don't get mad at me." He tells Colin, he's like, "Don't get mad at me. I put in the ad in the paper. If you got any crazy psychopathic stories, or you are one, you have stories for us, call this number." And Colin's like, "Why'd you do that?" And Sam's like, "Well, hey, you need stories, let's do it." Of course, the movie, in a way, the only thing I'll spoil is it kind of at some points becomes a movie within a movie. But it is a lot of fun. You got Olga there. She's got a small part. This looks like more behind the scenes features in it. But there you go. He returns. Tom Waits returns. His background story is great, and hilarious. But dude, I'm seriously, I highly recommend. Oh man, this was a rough scene right here. I won't spoil anything. But I think that it's just behind the scenes stuff here. I was trying to see if they had more options, but I'll stop it here if that's all we get. It's just behind the scenes. Okay, but yeah, Seven Psychopaths is a. I highly recommend you guys watch this. It's hilarious. It's dark, really violent. There's an assassin that's going around killing criminals. He has his little he has these little playing cards. That's his little trademark he throws down there. I won't tell you who it is. Have fun when you watch the movie guessing who it is. But Woody Harrelson's character is the owner of the Shih Tzu, so he's trying to get it back by any means necessary. But yeah, I feel this is an underrated dark action comedy. Like this, oh, I haven't seen these posters here. Oh my god, yeah, this is a must watch if you guys have not seen it. And I'm kind of surprised more people aren't talking about Seven Psychopaths. But yeah, and it needed more cowbell. Yes. Oh my goodness, absent skills. It's John. If John Wick was in a gang. Hey, we got a fan. All right. Oh, all right. We have more fans. Nice. I thought I was the only one. But yeah, if you have not seen Seven Psychopaths, everybody that's watching right now, check it out. It's good stuff, man. And there was a meme that was out for a while with Christopher Walken dialogue. Now I know that it's from this movie now. So, oh man, but yeah, really entertaining. Now we're going to switch gears. So those of you that have just arrived, the films that I just watched recently is Street Hunter, which I'm going to give it that. I'm going to be nice because I love Steve James. Iron Warrior can go fuck itself. I'm going to give 2 thumbs up for Rumblefish, and 2 thumbs up, of course, way up for Seven Psychopaths. Now I'm going to, interesting. That's an interesting versus idea. Now we're gonna switch gears. You're not gonna expect this one. You're gonna be like, Samurai Guy, what the hell are you doing watching this movie? I'll tell you why. So we were sitting down Saturday and we were like, hey, let's watch some movies. There's nothing on, the streaming services we were looking at. There was nothing looked interesting. So I was like, hey, let's bust out some Blu-rays we haven't watched yet. So, I don't know why. Now, when you think of Samurai Guy's family movie viewing moments throughout my life when I was young, Rocky 3 makes sense. Whole family gathering around to watch Rocky 3. Rocky 4. Rocky, right? Let's see, what was the other one? Some of the religious movies, right? Like Ben-Hur. Ben-Hur's still amazing. What else did we watch? The Ten Commandments, right? So some of that makes sense. Why the man from Snowy River, for some reason, became a family favorite, and we would always sit around and watch it when it would come on TV. It's so weird. I guess in a way, my parents really loved westerns, which I love westerns now. I'm just like them now, which is awesome. But you know, they love westerns, so maybe that's what made them click it on, and we started watching it, and then we ended up really enjoying that movie. So we popped. I haven't seen it. I've had the Blu-ray forever, and I've never seen The Man from Snowy River in widescreen. And if I said in the past that, hey, look, George Miller, Mad Max director, did this, it's actually a different George Miller. There's more than one George Miller in Australia, apparently. So it's a different. So it's not Mad Max Fury Road George Miller that did The Man from Snowy River. But I don't know. They love Kurt Douglas. He was in that movie, playing two roles. He's playing dual roles in that movie. Hold on a second. Oh yeah. All right. Samurai warriors grew up on westerns. Look at that. Yeah. Say same here. My dad was a western fan, so Man from Snowy River was a regular at our. Oh well, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, check that out. How cool is that? Yeah. But we watched that first, and I'm like, man, this is kind of technically the first time I'm seeing this widescreen. Because back in the old days, growing up, it was just on TV. That was full screen. That was all we could do. So it was cool watching it widescreen for the first time. And the theme song from Man from the Snowy River, the theme song is great. Right? Theme song is great, and there's some good music throughout that film. But if you listen to the soundtrack again, 65% of it sounds like sitcom theme song music. It's weird. I can't explain it. But if you listen, you're going to think of Family Ties or something. Like it's weird. Like there's these moments throughout the soundtrack's pretty good throughout the movie. And then there's this like weird sitcom Family Ties type of music that you just think of sitcoms. It's weird. But Kurt Douglas was great, playing dual roles. But it was fun revisiting that, being nostalgic, going back down memory lane, and been years. So after we watched that, Lady Fat thought it was very cringeworthy with the Black Stallion's eyeball, like dun dun dun, a scene from the movie. And from those of you that have seen that movie, I don't know why. Even when I was young, when the stallion was like mad dogging our protagonist in that movie with the eyeball, like just like, yeah, motherfucker. I don't know why we always laughed at that. But when Lady Fat seen it for the first time, she was like, oh, that was bad. I was like, yeah, that was kind of bad. Yeah, it's hilarious. You got to watch the movie. You got to watch the movie to see that scene. But yeah, still really enjoyed it. Nostalgic for it. I haven't watched it in so long. And the end horse chase sequence is still the best part. There's some great horse stunts at the end of that movie. I was like, holy shit. Yeah, great stuff. So after that, we kind of had a black stallion, right? That was a black horse. That was the antagonist of Man from Snowy River in a way. Oh, by the way, Return to Snowy River, hard to find. I don't even know if it came out on DVD. There's no Blu-ray release. I checked all countries. There's no Blu-ray release. The only way you can watch Return to Snowy River is on Amazon Prime. So I might have to just buy it digitally. I might have no choice. But that needs a remaster. But my wife used to ride horses. She used to ride horses Picture Lady Fat Blood riding a horse holding an axe. I want you guys to picture that. Okay, but she used to ride horses, and she loves horses. And her mom still has some horses. They don't ride anymore, but she was like, "Well, you want to keep it horse movie related?" And I'm like, "Well, what do you got in mind? I don't mind. Why? We're just chilling, hanging out." Her nostalgic film. I showed her mine, The Man from Snowy River, and now she's showing her hers, The Black Stallion, 1979, a movie she grew up with, and its sequel. We watched it right after that. So she had the old crusty DVDs, and I think those might be on Blu-ray. I'm not sure. There might be a Criterion release for Black Stallion, but I've actually never seen the Black Stallion movies. And I remember images of a kid on top of a horse riding the horse on the beach when I was young. That's the only thing I remember kind of seeing on TV. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I've never seen the movie. It's horse movie Saturday. It just turned into that. What's up, Robert? How you doing, brother? How you doing, man? Hey, you doing some OT work? Oh shit, yeah, man, get that money, man. Get that money, yeah. But yeah, so let's talk about it. I'll give you my quick thoughts on both films here. We'll start first with 1979's The Black Stallion. And all I got to say is they were very smart in picking a kid that was a fucking gangster with horses. Because I didn't know that was it oh, look at that. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, I'll have to tell her, lady, that you're a fan. I'll tell you. But they were smart, because when I was watching this movie, and the kid finally, he's trying to ride the horse on the beach, right? No, there's nothing to hold the horse. He's like literally just grabbing the horse by his hair to hold on and try to ride him. He gets bucked off. You see the child get bucked off several times and land on the ground. And I was like, that's really the kid. And I was like really impressed by it. And then come to find out, Lady Phat told me that they didn't cast an actor, a young child actor. They knew for this to be an authentic experience, they needed to get a child that knew how to ride horses, that was a straight gangster with horses. So I was like really impressed with this kid. And the acting in the movie was fine. He acted like a child. Like he was fine, but he wasn't annoying. I didn't want him to die or anything like that. But yeah, 1979, directed by Carol Ballard. Plot synopsis: after being shipwrecked with a magnificent horse off the coasts of Africa in the 1940s, a boy bonds with the stallion and trains him to race after their rescue. Yes. And you got Terry Garr plays the mother. You got Mickey Rooney in this. But yeah, Kelly Reno is the badass kid, plays Alec Ramsey. And he's a straight up gangster with these horses, man. He is a horse whisperer, like literally. But yeah, this was a very entertaining movie. It's very slow. It takes a while to get going, but I was so interested on what was going to happen that I didn't mind it at all. But you see right there, he's just grabbing the hair. He's a straight up gangster, this kid, man. He's just grabbing the hair. He's like, I don't need shit. I don't need a saddle. I don't need nothing. I'm just going to get on the horse and ride him like a G. I was like really impressed with this kid. Spoilers. There's a spoiler photo there. But yeah, it's kind of fucked up, the beginning, where him and his dad are on this like ship, and you get a little introduction to the father, and a little father and son moment. But this is where everything hits the fan. It's just fire, chaos, and you don't really know exactly what happened to the ship. Maybe in the book they say if the ship hit something or something happened wrong with the engines, but it was complete chaos. The beginning of the film, and the father, he's just concerned about his son. He loves his son. He's trying to get him to safety, and he tells his son to hold on to the railing over here, and he's like, I want to go up there and help them. But unfortunately, he shouldn't have did that because they ended up getting separated. The horse gets free, jumps over because the horse was brought up on the ship. He gets free, he jumps over, and then the water washes Kelly over, and the horse. They kind of rescued each other in a way. He kind of rescues the horse. He sets him free later on the beach, but the horse actually gets him to the beach, and they slowly bond over time. And they end up becoming friends, and he ends up getting found. There's the mother there. He ends up getting found and brought back, but the horse is like outside the backyard, like just chilling. um, but I gotta say, this little kid was badass because this character was like, I'm sure if I was here by myself, I probably would just end up just dying. But this kid was very resourceful and had survival instincts and was eating algae and hunting fish. And this little kid character is a little badass, man. And then he bonds with the horse. Yes. The horse escapes one day from his house, and Mickey Rooney finds him. He ends up look at that great cinematography at the end there. Really great race at the end. And kind of takes him in. And Mickey Rooney, his character used to be a rider, and he's just kind of trying to find his way, and convinces him to ride Black in the race at the end, and they end up bonding. But yeah, overall, it's very slow at first, but I didn't have any issues with it. But overall, very, very, very well done, very entertaining movie. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it as much as I did. But yeah, the kid's a straight G, man. The Black Stallion. Yeah. Very well done. Very well done. Now, The Black Stallion returns 1983. Let me see if that that did not pull up. Hold on. Let me bring up the next one. it's IMDb. The Lego company must be paying IMDb a lot of money because any random movie you go to the photo section, it's always Legos in between. Let's see. The match at the end is literally filmed so beautiful. Yes. It's a slow burn, but it comes an inferno. Yes. Pazuzu, what's going on? Yeah, good to see you. Yeah. Yeah, let's go, Lego. Sponsor, let's do it. I'm giving you guys free advertisement. Oh, my goodness. But yeah, now it's Black Stallion Returns, based off the book, just like the first movie. Apparently, there's a lot of Black Stallion movies out there. There's a lot. And it's crazy because there's so many horse movies that were made. There's like 5 billion horse movies that are made, that it's literally its own genre. You could create a YouTube channel and just review horse movies. All right, here we go. A teenager loses his horse in Morocco and gets him back after various daredevil adventures. Directed by Robert Dalva, Terry Garr, and there's Vincent Spano from Rumblefish. And Woody Strode, yeah, the badass. This guy's great. Every time this guy shows up in a movie, you may know him from Spartacus and some Westerns. But every time this guy shows up in a movie, man, I smile. I can't help it. He's so good. But there's Kelly is back, and he's the same actor, Alec Ramsey, and he's older now, hitting puberty there a little bit throughout the movie. His voice gets deep, then it goes back to, he's growing up. But yeah, so in the first film, the Black was being brought to out here. Let me see if I can find. The original owners want him back, and it's for a special race. So you have that storyline going on with these guys that have beef with the original owners, and they're trying to sabotage. But I'm telling you, this kid is gangster, man. The way he rides his horse, I mean, Jesus Christ. But if you thought the first films, spoilers. If you thought look at that, great shot. Look at Black showing off. If you thought the end race in the first uh, movie was intense, this went straight. Like there's a lot. There's not really a slow burn in this time around. There's gunfire. There's car chases. There's a lot more action in this movie compared to the first one. But yeah, this is that same actor with the bad blonde wig and the goofy glasses in Rumblefish. And I was tripping out when I found out that was him. But yeah, great poster. Don't you miss posters like this? Interesting posters, man. Ugh. Let's see if there's any other photos here. That might be the end of it. But yeah, despite this, still there he is. There's the legend there, Michael. Despite this being, this must be ridiculous. I think this Blu-ray here is ridiculously expensive. Anything Twilight Time is expensive because I think Twilight Time they only make a limited amount of copies. But I think the first Black Stallion is on Criterion, so we're gonna at some point gonna have to upgrade from those old crusty DVDs. But the Twilight Time, fuck that. Well, we'll just have to wait till there's another Black Stallion Returns Blu-ray release because the price for it is pretty up there. Yeah, I really enjoyed the ending too. But yeah, definitely more action, more entertaining, more characters, a lot more. What you want out of your sequel. My only nitpick is that you kind of have to suspend your disbelief a little bit in this one. Hey, oh, Jax, what's going on, Jax? You're done with jury duty. Did you get picked? Or did you get out of it? Well, I guess you said you're done. So you got out of it. All right. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. You have done your due diligence to serve. So now you can tell them to fuck off for a while. Oh, I would love a Lego of Samurai. I would love that. I'll always watch movies with horses. What if you go to watch Rambo 4 in the theater instead of showing the movie, it showed a text, sorry, this movie has been canceled for its delay between. Oh my God. Well, that would be horrible. But yeah, overall, a very entertaining sequel. Enjoyed the Black Stallion Returns. You just have to suspend your disbelief a little bit because there were so many times the kid probably should have died. And anytime if you watch that movie, just think about this. Anytime the kid's getting shot at, captured, chased down, run over, anytime that's happening, stop, pause the movie, and then think to yourself, what's the mother doing right now at this point? I was always joking around with Lady Fatblood. I was like, he's getting shot at, he's almost dying, he's like rarely escaping. Just cut back to the mom, like doing her nails at home. I'm sure my son's fine. He's out there having adventures. It's all right. Let me sit down and listen to the radio. Like I said, you gotta suspend your disbelief just a little bit, but you can still have fun with it now. Oh, it's on Tubi. Oh, all right. Well, that's cool. Awesome. Let's see. I also spent way too much money at Spirit. Well, it's the time. Tis the season, Jax. That's right. We've already started too in the house. We like moving stuff and boxing stuff up so we can bring in the Halloween decorations, baby. Yeah. So we can do that. It was John Wick before John Wick. All right, we're keeping it random and all over the place. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves and having fun here. So we are done with the Black Stallion. Now we are talking anime now. Yes. And I wanted to do an off-the-shelf review for this Blu-ray I bought. But the movie got so farther away from me. So I was like, I can't really do a great review for it. But here I could just give you my quick thoughts on it. And it was random. I was just sitting down watching The Happy Console Gamer. I'm sure you guys know who that guy is. And it was just random. I was just clicking on one of his episodes, and he's a big anime guy. And all of a sudden, he recommends this movie that came out in 1986 called Audion. Yes, it's called Audion. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to blind buy Audion. and I'm going to check it out. So let's talk a little bit about Audion here, and I will try not to show. Don't show any footage. Copyright. Excuse me. All right. So, here's the plot synopsis. Audion begins with his journey to discover a world of poverty and horror. When ordinary people are barely surviving through the war, he falls in love with a blind slave girl who is then captured and imprisoned on top of Olympus by Apollo, who dreams to rule the Titans. Now Audion must lead an army of ordinary people to fight against the three warlords, Zeus, Poseidon, and I believe there should be and Pluto, with help from a thief, a giant, and a wizard, a mysterious lion-masked man, and a flying dragon. So yeah, this really, really entertained. I'm very, very happy I bought this. Again, it was kind of a blind buy, but the animation is great. So this film is kind of like their own take on Greek mythology, right? So this doesn't follow the Greek mythology rules. But as a young boy, Audion is kidnapped by Ares because he sensed that he's powerful and he's like wants to use him. Of course, that backfires. But yeah, amazing animation, really great stuff in this. Wonderful music, makes you smile to see the old school classic style of animation. Great background artwork. You get some really fun action set pieces. This character here, I think this is Poseidon. He's rumored to be Audion's real father, but I won't spoil that until you watch the film. But yeah, a lot of great animation visuals. It makes me miss 80s style of anime. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Oh, that king was fucking terrible, by the way. But yeah, there's some good violence in here. A lot of entertaining stuff you guys will enjoy. But yeah, he's just, good versus evil. It's not complicated. But Audion tries to pit some of the gods, even though they're not really gods. They're more rulers kind of against each other. And some things happen towards the end. It's very unexpected. But there's our hashtag ragamuffins we got going on here on this adventure. But it's interesting because I guess this was another rare, hard to find anime. It's not like you could just go anywhere and buy Audion on DVD and Blu-ray. I mean, I believe that's what Happy Console Gamer was saying. And that was one of the reasons why I just bought it on Blu-ray, because he was like, oh my God, for the first time, we get to hear it in its original language, subtitled, remastered. So he was like really excited and it worked on me because I ended up blind buying it. But yeah, especially if this is a rare, but yeah, you get some good action at the end. There's the very finale feels very epic. A lot of great scenes, fun characters, memorable characters. I didn't find an English dub on, but yeah, look at this. Look how beautiful this looks. And I didn't find an English dub on the Blu-ray. There might be an English dub there, but for the most part, it's for the first time in its original language. It's subtitled. But yeah, let me kind of keep sneaking through this because there's a lot of photos. Oh my God, I didn't know that many photos. You notice all the photos for this movie and how many photos there were for Street Hunter and Iron Warrior. I noticed a theme there. They said we don't give a fuck. We don't fuck these movies. We don't give a shit. But yeah, I miss this era of anime. It still holds up, and just a beautiful movie. Not perfect. Not perfect. I mean, I would rank other action epics over this, but the finale, there's some great stuff in here for sure. But yeah, Audion, highly recommended. Good stuff. And fuck this king guy. He's like terrible. But yeah, very, very good. I enjoyed Audion. If you've seen it, let me know what you guys thought about it. Yeah. Sergey said it looks dope. Yes, I heard about that. Yeah, if that's done right, I don't mind a new Kenshin series. There we go. We got reminds me of Saint Seiya style of animation. Jax is our favorite old school anime, right? Jax is something about mid to late '90s, early mid to late '80s, early '90s. It's so good. I mean, there's great animation now too, but there's just something about it, that old school hand drawn, taking 5,000 hours to do one cell. So that reminds me of the trailer. Yeah, it's a little similar to that in a way, in terms of them doing what they want with the lore. So Audion's probably a lot more entertaining though. But $60? The Blu-ray is $60 now. That's not what I paid. Oh my god. Oh, okay. The stream can start. Nate Dogs is here. What's going on, man? Good to see you. All right, now the last movie of the night. Here we go. I was like, all right, let's fucking do this shit. I'm tired of this. I've been hearing nothing but horse shit, horrible comments, horrible reviews, the worst ratings ever for this movie. And I'm like, you know what? We bought the box set. It's $43 now? That's still a lot. Jesus. So the extremely rare movie that's now on Blu-ray is now becoming extremely rare Blu-ray. Cheers, Eggshin. Cheers, man. Yikes. I don't know. I would just wait, I don't pay that. That's way too much money. I would wait till maybe they'll re-release it or something for a cheaper price. So all right. So I bought the box set. I've only seen the first movie and I love the first film. And I've heard that this is one of the worst horror sequels ever made. I've heard people say that this movie is dog shit. I've heard people say that they should kill the filmmakers that made this movie. They wished death on the cast and the director and all these people. I've heard it's an embarrassment. It's the fucking worstest thing ever. And then, so I never watched it for years. Then there was this small voice. I started hearing these small little voices. No, I'm not going insane. I'm not going insane yet. When I get older, it'll happen. I'll start hearing voices. I'm hearing these small little whispers going around. And basically, I'm hearing them say, it's fucking dope. Don't listen to the critics. It's actually really entertaining. And I'm like, really? Who said that? Maybe I am going crazy. So since this movie's in the box set, I'm like, all right, fuck it. Let's do it. So I told Lady Phat, let's do it. We're watching this movie. We're gonna accept it. We're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna give it the old good college try. We're gonna watch it. And so I am talking about, baby, The Fly 2 Electric Boogaloo, son. Look at that. 5 out of 10. Even on IMDb, they're like, fuck this movie. 5 out of 10. Here we got Anthony Jordan. What's up, man? Not seen The Fly 2 since I was in the middle of school. I'm 37 now. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. We got a fan here. I like The Fly 2 because it's an anti-hero revenge movie. Exactly. So we're sitting here expecting this to be what people have been saying for years, that one of the worst horror movie sequels ever. And I'm like, okay, let's see how bad it is. And I'm just kind of like, me and Lady Febla, we kept looking at each other. And by the time we kept, like, throughout the movie, we kept looking at each other while watching the movie. And then at the end, Lady Fablood, I looked at her and I'm like, eh? And then Lady Fablood said, the only crime this movie is guilty of is that it exists and that it sequels one of the greatest horror remakes of all time. That's literally this movie's only crime. Other than that, this was a fucking kick-ass sci-fi creature feature horror movie, man. Like, the practical effects in this movie are amazing. You get some really great gory kills. I think this might be actually gorier than the first Fly movie. you get some hilarious moments that we couldn't couldn't help laugh. I mean, seriously, yes, there you go, exactly. Yeah, Lady Fat Blood was she nailed it. You're like, that's really this film's only crime. And if you want to really get nitpicky, the big, horrific, bombastic music score from what's his name? Spider-Man 3 guy. What's his name? Christopher, god damn it. What's his name? Christopher. I'm finding it. I gotta do this. I gotta do this right. Christopher. Where is he? Christopher Young. So that's if you want to be nitpicky, the score is big, horror, bombastic, could be viewed as entertaining, right? The only bad thing about it is that it sounds like WCW version of Hellraiser. It sounds like discount Hellraiser theme song. So every time you hear the music in The Fly 2, you think, oh man, this is like some bootleg Hellraiser we got going on right now. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Wow, it's been a while since I've seen Fly 2, but it was good. Yeah. Like I'm like like I'm like confused. I was scratching my head the whole movie. Even Sexy Sumo, I think he was one of the voices that was like, dude, like you got to watch Fly 2, man. Don't listen to the critics. Hellraiser music from Wish. Yes, yes. All right, so back to Hellraiser. I mean, The Fly 2, Electric Boogaloo. So Marty McFly himself, Eric Stoltz, is in this. Spaceballs' own Daphne Zuniga plays Beth Logan. And a lot of other familiar faces are also in this. Gary Chalk, for all you Transformers Beast Wars fans, he voiced Optimus Primal, but he was an actor. He's been in a lot of things. But oh man, let's see if hopefully they have some photos here. We got to get to the photos here. So, despite discount Hellraiser theme music, and despite this movie sequeling one of the greatest horror remakes in history, we're watching this movie. That looks like a deleted scene. And Stoltz, the movie starts with a Gina Davis character's look-alike from the first movie giving birth. And what was his name from the first movie? The asshole guy with the beard, the mustache, who was trying to get Gina Davis, but she met up with the Goldblum, and that was it. Goldblum kind of stole her. He's still kind of hanging around. He's kind of to himself. He's all mentally fucked up because of the experience he had from the first film. But Gina Davis gives birth, and we have our kind of half human, half mutant hybrid, and our character here played by Stoltz. And he's brilliant. He's a young child, but he's growing rapidly. And they, the company that's doing the experiments on him. Well, he doesn't know they're doing experiments on him, but they're watching him. They're for nefarious reasons, right? Oh man, he could heal so fast, and we don't know what we can do with this kind of like knowledge. It's one of those things, but they don't tell him that. They're there for his own benefit. They're there for, hey, we want to help you, help others, and they end up giving him this shot every I don't know if it was every day, but they end up giving this shot where it supposedly lessens his growth, his fast growth. But when you find out later, it was all bullshit, and they were just injecting water into him. So I was expecting, because the kid, let's be honest, when him as a kid was kind of a cocky asshole, and I was like, man, movie, don't make me root for you to kill our protagonist here. But he's so smart, and he's just smarter than everyone. He's smarter than the scientists. He's smarter than everyone. And his only friend, they have lab experiments, pets around or animals around for lab experiments. So he ends up bonding with this dog as a child, and that's really his only friend. Just remember that when we continue the story here. But what's so good about this story is, minor spoilers. I might get into spoiler territory. Fuck it. I'm gonna get into some spoilers. He's an adult now. a young man. So now they're like, hey, we're going to give you your own house. We still need you to help us figure out, we still need to watch you and your condition, and we're still working on a cure for you, but we still want you to kind of help with this technology. So the technology his father, Brundle, created, they have all the paperwork for that. So they're trying to duplicate that. So they want the son to figure it out, but since he's such a fucking genius. So I thought this was going to be see, the first Fly, Jeff Goldblum fucked around and found out, right? I thought that's what this was going to be again. Goldblum's character wanted to help other people, but at the same time, he still kind of wanted recognition. He still kind of wanted to be famous too. And I thought we were going to get that with this. We were going to get it was going to be the same movie where our lead fucks around and finds out, just like his dad. But here's the crazy shit. This was not that kind of movie. He was being used this whole time. This guy did nothing wrong. And they were literally waiting and biding their time to see him eventually transform into the Fly. So it was eventually going to be, at some point, he was going to turn into the Fly. And they were literally, there's cameras all in through his house. He ends up getting with Spaceballs chick. They fuck. There's cameras in the house. They see it all. It's kind of fucked up, right? And I was like, holy shit, this guy did nothing wrong, but yet he's getting fucked over. Like, this is very unexpected. I was not expecting this at all. And so I'm watching this, and, they're trying to, him and Spaceballs girl, she cares about him. She worked in the same company, and they fell for each other. And, they're at this point in the movie here, they're trying to get away. And it's trying to find him help because he's slowly turning. He's slowly changing. They end up meeting with the actor, the character from the first movie he got his hand all fucked up. His hand still fucked up. His leg still fucked up. This time around, they gave him a really bad beard. You could tell was glued on. But he's just crazy. He's like, why do you expect me to help you? You're just like your father. And then he kind of ends up helping them in the end, kind of. But there's his dog friend here. They ended up bonding earlier, but later, there he is. Look at that beard. Look at that beard. You could see the glue. I mean, but yeah, this guy's character and the guy acting as him is a little wonky, but yeah, the finale is amazing, and they deserve it for what they did to the dog. Was fucked up, man. What they did to his dog, his best friend, was like really fucked up, and it was like just a mashed up mutant version of the dog, just crawling, just barely getting to his little bowl of whatever the fuck bullshit food they were feeding him, and he looks up and he starts howling. And when adult version finds out about this, because he was lied to, the guy who runs the organization said, oh, we had to put the dog down, so he ended up going back in there and kind of putting the dog to rest, because it was like kind of fucking horrific. And again, look at the practical effects of the dog was like so good. Again, the practical effects, the makeup, the creature effects were so amazing for this movie. It was so well done. Like, really surprised. I mean, look at this. Look at this. I mean, so good. So good. And there's look at this. This thing moves. This is real. There's no CGI here. I mean, this is great. Great, especially when you see the eyeball kind of move around and while he looks towards the camera. Oh, it's so good. But yeah, definitely a little bit more action, a little bit more excitement for the finale. The movie's kind of off and on with being slow, but yeah, there's some great kills in here, really great gore, and I was like, thank you, Jesus. I love the design of this version of the Fly. Very well done. I would have to look at the Fly from the first movie again to compare, but it's still, for this kind of movie, it was so well. There's the dog. Oh man, this was fucked up, man. Like, it was really really wrong. But yeah, it's him trying to find a cure, trying to find not really redemption, because he didn't do anything wrong, but just kind of getting revenge in a way. At the end, it's like, at this point, fuck it, But this, oh my god, this scene, me and Lady Fabulous, I grabbed her arm because I couldn't stop laughing. So you have it was one of the scientist guys that you wanted to see die up close, right? And you just see the monster kind of come over him, and it cuts to another scene, and you're like, "Oh no!" You want to see them, you want to see the scientist get head ripped off or whatever. And then I was like, "Oh well, oh well." And then the next scene is security guard walking towards a door. He opens a door, and then you see there's a staircase, right? You see that the fly is already on its way up the staircase, and he's holding the corpse of the dead scientist. And then, as soon as the security guard open, he's walking there. He opens up the door. He looks. The, the fly is holding the corpse of the evil scientist, and then he just throws it right at the audience. Oh my god, it was amazing. He just throws it, and you just see this corpse like flying at the camera, and then the security guard like really quickly closes the door. It's fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing. Oh my god, dude. And I couldn't stop laughing. I had to go back and rewind it several times. But it was so good. It was so much fun. Oh my god. There's our antagonist right here. Oh my, doesn't when you look at this guy's face, doesn't he remind you of the guy from Lethal Weapon 2? Diplomatic immunity has just been revoked. It kind of reminds me of that guy, facial wise. Look at this. Gore. Amazing gore effects and kills in this movie. Again, it's all at the end, but the movie, the finale rewards the audience. And like, look at this. Look at this. Yeah, again, just absolutely ridiculously entertaining. And I was very surprised and pleasantly surprised by The Fly 2 Electric Boogaloo, man. Look at that. Look at that. Just great stuff. Really good stuff, man. Yeah. So again, oh god damn it. I can't look at the dog anymore. I can't do it. I can't look at the goddamn dog. But there you go. There's one of my favorite shots in the movie. This eyeball just moves around and looks towards the audience, and it kind of moves around, and it's satisfying, a sense of justice towards the end. Very satisfying ending to this movie, man. Yeah. Let's fucking go. The Fly 2, baby. Hey, ho. What? That's right. The Fly scratched that sci-fi horror genre itch, baby. Yeah. I was surprised. Again, I looked at Lady Fabula and I was like, so one of the worst horror sequels in movie history, huh? And she looked at me, and again, she said, its only crime is being a sequel to one of the greatest horror remakes of all time. So yeah, if you have not seen The Fly, Fly 2 Electric Boogaloo, you got to check it out, man. I'm so happy we watched that. Let's see, if the remake of The Fly wasn't so wildly popular, the sequel wouldn't have been. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, Jax, have a good one. I'm just now catching up to the comments here. I like the Fly 2 design. Let's see, it's how I personally feel about the remake of The Wolfman. Movie's biggest crime is the remake of The Wolfman. Yeah, there's a lot of fans of the Wolfman movie, for sure. There's a lot. It has its fans. There we go. We got some more badass Fly 2 fans here. Awesome. Yeah. Let's see. Is it me, or has there been a lot of sci-fi / horror movies that well received by audience in terms of The Fly 2? Well, yeah. I mean, the audiences get it. It's just the critics don't. So yeah, that's the end of Phat Hub, the new segment on our live Q&As where we hang out, talk about all the recent movies I've seen, give my quick thoughts on them. Yes, and now I have to go back, and because I just talked about so many. Hold on, let me go back here. So for those of you that have just arrived, all right. So I talked about Street Hunter. 1 thumb up, 1 thumb down. Iron Warrior, 2 thumbs down. If I had 4 arms, 4 thumbs. Rumblefish, 2 thumbs up. 7 Psychopaths, 2 thumbs way up. The Black Stallion, 2 thumbs up. Black Stallion Returns, 2 thumbs up. Audion, 2 thumbs up. And The Fly 2, 2 thumbs way up. Yes. So yeah, next time we hang out like this and hang out and talk movies, this is my new segment now. Phat Hub. Because there's just too many movies to do reviews on. You know, it would be forever. But I cannot promise, but I'm kind of looking towards something horror related for October. I've been trying to think of sneaking something in the very last week of September that's not horror related, something action related. And then we're going to be doing pretty much a lot of horror content. Samurai Guy is going to be doing reviews and stuff, live streams for October. So let's see here. Is it me or has there been a lot of stuff? Well, you convinced me to buy the box set. If nothing else, just watch this one. Yeah. I mean, I think that I want to see the other movies in there. I've seen the original Fly and the Fly remake. But there's 2 more in there: Return of the Fly or Curse of the Fly or something like that. I haven't seen those. Those might be fun. But I think that box set's not that expensive, Anthony. See, I mean, I don't know what it is now, but it didn't seem like it was expensive. You can find it at like Walmart and stuff. But yeah, don't forget, guys, all you badasses watching right now, if you're free tomorrow, Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific time, join me and Don the Dragon Wilson. That's right. Hang out with us tomorrow. We're going to be premiering the trailer, the action thriller trailer for The Shepherd Code. That's right. But our boy, Alan Delaby, Silvio Simac. That's right. And Michael Morris will be hanging out with us tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific time. And hopefully, because the guy's a busy man, hopefully Don the Dragon Wilson will still be there. But yeah, make sure you join us tomorrow. I'm not ending the stream, but I just wanted to get that in while we had people who are still here. The Audion Deluxe, oh my God. $183 for the DVD. Jesus Christ. Oof. Oh, it's all good, brother. You can watch it later. You can watch it later, man. Wicked Prayer, that's Edward Furlong, right? Easy money. Oh shit. Whoops. Yeah, that was pretty bad. There was a few moments of entertainment, but yeah. You know what's funny? I don't know why. Again, it's nothing will beat the first Crow. And good luck with this remake. But nothing's going to beat that movie. Speaking of movies that need to be on 4K, The Crow needs to be on 4K. But whatchamacallit? Very odd choice, huh? But whatchamacallit? You know, it's pretty unanimous. The third film and the fourth film, even though there were some things in the third film that actually were well done, but it's not like a great movie. But it's better than the fourth movie. But I don't know why The Crow 2 gets lumped into the bad sequel category. It's like, there's some good stuff in The Crow 2. It's like, yeah, unfortunately, the original script and draft was like fucking amazing for The Crow 2. And then the studio fucked it all up. So yeah, there is that. Some people still to this day want a real extended cut of that movie, but it's probably not going to happen. But yeah, it's not as good as the first, but it's nowhere near Crow 3 and 4. But people lump 2 in the 3 and 4's category. Is like, nah, man. No. Let's see. I'm not the type to say no movie should ever be made, but The Crow is such a product of its time that remaking it, you're really shooting yourself. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like I was saying, good luck. That's all I'll say is good luck. But the Highlander remake, same thing. Good luck. Hopefully they do it right. It's hard to get I already did my Highlander franchise rant a couple of live streams ago. So it's hard to get excited, even with Henry Cavill supposedly and Chad Stahelski supposedly attached. That's still not enough for me to get excited for a Highlander remake. I need to see something. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Yeah, there's some good stuff in 3. Yeah, there's some good stuff in there. Let's see. Sequel that I think that is underrated because the original wasn't really well received. Dracula. Well, it's funny you mentioned that, Nate Dogs, because we reviewed all of the Dracula movies and talked about them. Where were you during that live stream, man? Me and Lady Fat Blood was hanging out watching vampire movies. Let's see here. If nothing else, as long as they have great fight choreography, how they should be. See, that's a given, right? Like that's a given. We know Cavill physically could do the sword fights. We know Chad Stahelski probably going to give us some of the greatest sword fighting scenes in history. But that wasn't Highlander's issue over the years. Do you remember the second one when they were from the planet Zeist? When they were aliens from the planet Zeist. And then they freaked out. They're like, oh, this is fucking terrible. Let's come up with an extended version and new cut. Take that out and put some new shit in there. It's been a mess. It's like every movie he's supposed to be the one, the only one, and he's not the only one. He's supposed to be the only one and win the prize. But yet no, they're like, no, continuity, fuck you. Fuck your continuity. Let's see. Is that the Jason Scott Lee series? Which one are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about Dracula? Yeah. Yeah. We had a lot of fun reviewing those recently. Always get something you love on physical media. Streaming can hack and slash anything they find. It's true. It's true. Yeah. Yeah. And, me and Chris Mancini, filmmaker Chris Mancini, we were talking yesterday, and, we mentioned Willow season, the TV show for Willow just got yanked. It just doesn't exist anymore. Now, what if you were an actual fan of Willow, the series, right? It's just gone. That's it. You've been paying your money for Disney Plus to watch one of your favorite shows, Willow, and it's gone. But they've been pulling all kinds of shows and movies from their service, and you just can't watch them anywhere else. Again, this is why physical media is important. But I get the digital. Look, I'll have no choice but to buy Return to Snowy River on digitally. I'll have no choice. And you know what's going to happen, right? You know what's going to happen, and this always fucking happens to me. There's no Blu-ray no Blu-ray exists, or it's too expensive, and I buy it digitally, and then it comes out later. I don't know how many times that's happened to me, man. I'm like, well, let's see. Oh, it surprised you. Good. I think Sexy Sumo and DJ Anubis, I think last time we mentioned it, they were trying to twist my arm to watch it. We'll see. I'm hearing it's good, so I'll have to check it out. I'm so backed up. And priorities. I have to watch Iron Warrior. Priorities, Robert. Iron Warrior or Twisted Metal? I think I made a mistake. I should have watched Twisted Metal instead of Iron Warrior and Street Hunter, but oh well. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And Expendables comes out this weekend, right? Or is it next weekend? Oh, that's good. There's some good deaths. All right, I'll enjoy that. All right. A lot of people are enjoying One Piece. That's good. Yeah, fuck that movie. Seriously, man. But what would have been epic as if me and Lady Fat Blood still enraged and bored. That's amazing that a movie can make you mad and bored at the same time. We should have had that festering anger boredom, and just right after we watched that movie, we should have filmed us reviewing it and ranting about it. It would have been epic, but waiting for Pariah Nexus to come out. I'm going to have to get a month subscription. Oh, okay. Yeah, I enjoy Byzantium, man. Yeah. Yeah, a good example of it being underrated. I had the legendary, one of the best creature effects, makeup effects artist, Joe Castro. I had him on my channel a while back. That guy's a legend. And even he didn't even know what that movie was. He was like, Byzantium, what is that? So there you go. If Joe Castro doesn't know what that movie is, he gave me a hard time for not watching Extro yet. So I'm gonna have to eventually. Maybe what we'll do is I'll watch Extro finally, and I'll review it with him. I'll reach out to him in October. We can review it together. Man, so many people gave me a hard time. You haven't seen Extro? Like, no, I haven't seen it. Oh man, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. God damn it. Let's see. Halloween hens. Oh, well, hens? Halloween hens. Hold on. Hope you're having a great night. Also coming to slide recommendation. If you haven't already, have you heard of No One Will Save You coming out on Hulu? No, I have not. You know what's got me annoyed is when I want to stay away from like spoilers and trailers, and I really want to go into a horror movie or a movie blind, and then before I know it, I turn on YouTube and there's reviews for it, and in the goddamn thumbnails they like spoil shit, and I'm like, oh well, now I know it's that kind of movie. I'm like, god damn it. But there's a movie I really want to see bad called Cobweb. I'm wanting this, and it stars our boy, from Banshee and Homelander. And I was like, I saw one little scene, and it was just a dialogue scene, and I was like, ooh, I don't want to know anything about this movie. I want to go into this blind and have my mind blown. But now I see the Red Letter Media. I saw their thumbnail, and they show something in their thumbnail. I'm like, oh, great. Now I know what it is. So hopefully it doesn't spoil the movie whenever I get around to watching Cobweb. But, like, God damn it. Halloween Ends had me both bored and angry. Hey, that's perfect, Anthony. Bored and angry. Yes. I kept getting up and walking into the lobby. To each his own. To each his own. I know there's fans out there that really like Halloween Ends, but I don't know. I think there's nothing wrong with loving a movie and being a fan of it, and I think that's great. But I think we need to stop seeing defending Halloween Ends videos. Stop it. Stop. It's awesome you like it, but stop making Halloween End defending the movie and telling people it's amazing. Stop doing that. Seeing too many of those. Anthony Starr, yeah. Have any of you seen Cobweb? I see. I've seen people on the hate on the One Piece live action, Dragon Ball Evolution Day. Old Gary Daniels. Oh, I actually have Fist of the North Star on was it? I don't know if it was Hong Kong Legends. It was some company that released it on DVD, European company, and I bought it because it was actually widescreen and actually had special features. And I don't think that exists anywhere else. And there's no Blu-ray for live action Fist of the North Star. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, but it pales in comparison to the anime, of course. But yeah, that's weird that people are hating on One Piece when it's like, I'm hearing good things about it for a change. David Hurd, what's going on, man? Longtime fan. Oh, hey, we're a fan of you, brother. We appreciate you showing up, man. Always give someone ready to give up. Well, don't give up. I think I'm not a psychiatrist, but don't give up, my friend. No matter what it is. And I think every single person on the planet has those days where they want to give up, no matter what it is. We all at some point feel like that. And don't give up, man. Just keep it moving. Like Rocky told Apollo, just keep punching, Apollo. Just keep punching. Because it'll definitely benefit you in the end. Mentally, and I know it's hard. It's really hard, but mentally, physically, you'll be better for it. Let's see. There's some movies you're going to be a fan of. Really have to have a sense of humor about it. We'll see. I'm a fan of a sense of humor about it, except how I hated this. Gotcha. I imagine the videos defending Halloween ends are usually under the. Anybody going to see Saw 5000? What Saw are we up to now? MK, what's up, man? The Mortal Kombat enthusiast. That's right. Good, man. Good to see you, brother. I'm hearing good things about the game. I just posted this, I think, yesterday. Yeah, man. Hopefully it's got good animation. Hopefully they don't fuck it up with some of this new kind of animation they got now. Because as much as I love Berserk, that last Berserk series animation was rough. So hopefully it's nothing like that. Even though I still enjoyed it because I'm Berserk biased, the animation was like, ugh. That's right. Listen to Anthony. There you go. There you go. Shit, Rocky said it again, and Rocky Balboa. That's the perfect motivational speech right there. See, I don't think I've seen this one. Wasn't there something out there called Fist of the Blue something? I think they said the action picks up a little later. I think Samurai. I think maybe by the second or third movie you get to see some good sword play and stuff. That's what I heard. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. I know Rob from Entertainment Talk Nation really loved it, so that's a good sign. I've been getting the itch to finally watch it though. It's Saw 10, but really 2.5 timeline. I know OGP is going to see this. Hey, I'd check it out if it has some good kills in it at this point. Fist of the Blue Sky. Yeah, I haven't. Was there an anime for that? Or was that just a manga? The only other film I was looking forward to this year, Dune Chapter 2. Why did that get delayed, Anthony? It's strange. Oh, you know what? You know what I'm thinking? Because of SAG, they can't promote the movie. That would hurt the film. Even though there's a big fan base waiting to buy it. Tickets. Yeah, that's why. Okay. Because they can't promote it. So it's kind of. Hey, it's all good, David. Hey, we all need to hear stuff like that. It's all good, man. We all need to get encouragement. Even me. I even need to hear encouragement, to keep me going sometimes. So it's all good. Fist of Blue Balls. When is that coming out? No, I did a trailer reaction, David. You should check it out. It looks good. I mean, I'm intrigued for sure. Speaking of horror, there were leaks from what? That'll be kind of fun. Play as Ghostface, yeah. Both there's a manga and 2 animes. A regular one. Oh, okay. Yeah, because that'll kind of kill your movie, man. You gotta you can't just release a trailer. You got to do press conferences. You got to go to conventions. You got to do interviews. You got to, and plus, they probably paid a lot of money to promote. That's kind of a waste of money if they just release the movie, right? So yeah, I get it. That makes sense. Frank Jang, the master of remaster, he's been on the channel several times. Mr. Audio Commentary legend himself. He's a huge sci-fi guy. And He's really excited for Creator. And we had a discussion, I think it was I don't know if it was the last live Q&A we did on I don't know if somebody mentioned this movie, but I brought up the question like why does non-franchise sci-fi projects die? Like they come out, they don't really make a lot of money. The critics really like it, but that's it. But it's got to be like Star Trek or Star Wars or Transformers. It's got to be like a big franchise sci-fi for people to be excited for. When it's not, when it's its own thing, it's kind of like looked at as small. And I don't think that's fair. I think if it's a sci-fi movie that's fucking great, it deserves to make a lot of money. It deserves praise. You know what I mean? So yeah, for some reason, that's just how things are. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, a lot of people were playing that game. No, I have not. I didn't even know that was out. Yeah, I hope it's like I hope creators like a sleeper hit, right? Like it won't bomb. It'll make its money back, but um, word of mouth, will come out and then it'll do like gangbusters on Blu-ray. That's what happened with isn't that insane to just think about it? Edge of Tomorrow didn't really do that well financially. Isn't that insane? If Edge of Tomorrow got released today, it'd be a huge hit. If it was advertised right and promoted right and not confusing people thinking it was what was the name of that movie Tom Cruise did? People thought it was a what you call sequel. That sci-fi movie he did with Morgan Freeman and Olga. People thought that was a sequel. They're like, "What is this?" The advertising and promotion for Live, Die, Repeat was terrible. It's just strange. A movie, pretty epic, like just did okay. It's weird, but then word of mouth got around, and then it did gangbusters on Blu-ray. So maybe Creator, maybe that'll happen to Creator. Hopefully, Creator's a good movie, and hopefully it'll make a lot of money. People need an escape. They need something to be like, yeah, Oblivion. Thank you. Yeah. Let's see, a lot of horror characters and the DLC. Terradome. Terradrome. They should bring in what you call from Terrifier, man. David Howard Thornton. They should bring his character in Mortal Kombat. That'd be great. Oh, so Warhammer's a series. Okay. All right. Nice. Seeing a clip of the creator look pretty good. Nice. Nice. Art, yeah, Art the Clown, man. He'd be great. He'd be perfect for Mortal Kombat. He can use his gun, flamethrower. He can use all his stuff. And those of you who are unaware, I actually had David on my show a long time ago. Yeah, he was before Terrifier 2, way back. He was on the channel. If you want to see that interview, you can find it. Just type it in here on the channel. Trash bag full of weapons, yeah. And he can pull out anything out of the trash bag. Like it could be ridiculous. Like whatever he wants to pull out, he just pulls it out. Yeah, yeah. Why not? Have we had Pinhead yet? Or any of the Cenobites? I don't think we have, huh? Deathstroke and Harkey were leaked. Did you mean Harley? Ah, Jenna Ortega. The beach and the bleach and the salt. Yeah. uh, Pinhead is in Terrordrome. I heard about Terror. I think I saw clips of that. When, does anyone want Wednesday in Mortal Kombat? Be hilarious. After she kills you, she does the Wednesday dance. That would be hilarious. That would be really funny. Dude, Pinhead, yeah, man. I can see Pinhead kind of being like Magneto in Marvel vs. Capcom, you know? Just kind of stands there, doesn't really move a lot, but the chains attack and stuff. Like Magneto uses the magnetism, whatever the fuck. Yeah, and then his fatality would be like the other Cenobites showing up, bringing you to hell. That would be amazing. But does the Van Damme skin do the Van Damme dance? That's all I want to know. That would be amazing. That would be the greatest game ever made. If Van Damme skin did the Van Damme dance. Greatest game of all time. There goes the coaster again. It's always sticking in his mug. Probably wrap it up in about a couple, maybe about 10 more, 15 more minutes. I'll hang out with you guys, then we'll probably call it a day. It was fun tonight. Yeah. Love the story mode. He does do a dance similar. Oh, okay. They probably did. Yeah, they might have. They might have. Yes. Yes. Nice. That's cool. That's the only way to use them like that. Because you can't have Pinhead doing roundhouse kicks and shit. It's not going to look right. Bring in Doug Bradley to do the voice. That'd be dope. That'd be sick, man. You know what they'll do? They'll pull a Nightmare on Elm Street. They'll bring in Pinhead, but it'll be Pinhead from the remake. It'll be female Pinhead. Because Freddy was remake Freddy. He wasn't Robert Englund. Chucky would be hysterical. The Chucky bomb was the second best thing out of Ready Player One. Of course, the number one best thing was, come on, Iron Giant and Gundam versus Mecha Godzilla. The rest of the movie, but that was awesome. Oh shit! You got love for the tall man. Yeah, that's right. I can see that. Boy, yeah. It's not a mug; it's a goblet of fine beer. The tall man, yeah. He'll have the little minions pop out and fuck you up. Oh, have the silver ball flying around for attacks and stuff. Yeah. 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 I don't even remember Goro. I've only seen that movie one time. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Like we're talking we're we're talking like not electric boogaloo, but wait, breaking. We're talking on breaking era Van Damme. Art the Clown with 10 minutes fatality. 10 minutes. It just keeps going. Oh, man. That would be kind of dope, dude. Art the Clown. That would be kind of sick. What other slashers or horror icons would you want to see in Mortal Kombat? I'm trying to think now. I would say Victor Crowley. Why not? Throw Victor Crowley in there. I mean, it's the Hatchet series is not a popular series to casuals, but be kind of cool to see him in there fucking shit up. Let's see. See, Logan, Wolverine. Ah, interesting. Angela Baker. Oh, why not? Riddick. Yeah, Riddick would be dope. Uses daggers. That'd be kind of cool. When Vin Diesel was cool before family. I'm trying to think of some other ones. What's some other good ones? So there's a lot of other ones, but only like real true horror fans would know. People would be like, who the hell is this character? Fatality. Patrick Bateman? Sure, why not? Why not? Why not? Oh, it's all good, David. It's all good. I don't know. I'd be surprised if we get another Riddick movie. I'd be really surprised. He better work out. He better get ripped again. Mad Dog. Oh, Maniac Cop. Maniac Cop. See, again, us horror movie fans, hardcore fans, we know Maniac Cop, but the casual people be like, what the Maniac Cop? The fuck? Maniac. Maniac Cop would be kind of fun, though. He doesn't have friends. He's got family. So I saw the Megan Fox skin. Oh, shit. Rawhead Rex. Yes, fuck it. Rawhead Rex, goddammit. And when he beats you, he pees on you afterwards. That's his humiliation. Or the greatest action hero of all time, Ator. Put Ator in there. He'll bore his opponent to death. Ah, there you go. Leprechaun, Wishmaster, why not? Love Wishmaster, yeah. Warlock. Throw in Warlock in there. Well, that might be awkward now. Rest in power, Julian. Yeah, Wishmaster, that would work. What about the classic iconic horror characters though, like Frankenstein's monster and Dracula and Wolfman? Let's get some old school in there. Why not? Yeah. So why is okay? Megan Fox plays Natara the vampire chick. Also, you'd have Havoc Man. You'd love Havoc Man. The guy rips off his arms and beats you with it. So is she just like a skin over the vampire character? Yeah. Candyman, there you go. There's one. You put Candyman in there. Yeah, because we have movie characters, but we don't have like the OG icons, right? That's probably going to be like a rights issue. So she's voicing the character too? Oh, okay. So they made that character with her and with Megan Fox in mind, I guess. Yeah, I remember there were a lot of complaints for Rhonda just kind of phoning it in. Or that's just how she acts, really. Sonia. Wolfman, there you go. Yeah, put some of the iconic guys in there. Why not? Sorry. That's probably the time to Hammer Girl. It's probably time to hang it up. Well, Creature of the Black Lagoon, man. Get that in there. The Kraken. It takes up the whole screen. Oh man, this was a blast. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with Samurai tonight and hear me ranting about movies and talking about movies I actually didn't think I was going to enjoy and actually enjoyed tonight. Don't forget tomorrow, 12 p.m. That's right. Me and Donna Dragon Wilson, Alan De La B, Michael Morris going to be hanging out 12 o'clock. And if you can't make it, hey, just watch the video later so you can hang out with us later on your own time. But you guys are awesome. Thanks again. Shout out to all our patrons and channel members. We love you. Thanks again for the support. And I'll see all you badasses on the next one, guys. Keep watching movies. Keep being awesome. That's right. Take care, guys.